From your hometown news leader, this is News 4's Bright Athletes Special.
Well, thanks so much for tuning in to our Bright Athlete Special, brought to you by our friends at 5 Star Credit Union. I'm Nick Brooks alongside Brianna Jones.
Yeah, Nick, today we are going beyond the court, the field, the diamond, and anywhere you can find your favorite athletes to highlight high schoolers who have made large impacts in their community.
Well, for example, Haley Jones, who went to my alma mater.
Work-life balance is one of the most toughest things a person has to manage, but work-school balance may arguably be tougher. Somehow, along Delville Avenue, we find Haley Jones, who is doing everything she loves and not missing a beat.
I think that I balance everything I do well. I do cheer and softball and then a few other things in band, and I also keep my grades up.
Those few other things should not be overlooked. While playing softball, cheering, and marching in the band, she's held the top GPA in the class of 2023 while also holding the Miss Delville crown that she recently passed down.
So I started cheer in, I think when I was in kindergarten, but I started softball in 7th grade. So managing it and being cheer captain and being softball is just,
Well, she's a great student athlete for our school. She's a great role model. Out here on the softball field, she is the model athlete, very coachable, plays hard, has done many things that she's never done before and done at 100 miles an hour for us.
Talk about taking on a task. As Haley mentioned, she's been playing softball since the 7th grade, and just as her senior year approaches, she was approached with a new role.
She's going to be playing second base, catching a little bit and even pitching, and that's something new. She's never pitched before, but this is my first year coaching them, and so when I got here, I told her, I said, I need you to learn how to pitch. And she said, absolutely, and she was nervous. But every day she goes out there, like I said, and is coachable and learns. And, I expect her to have a really good year. She's a good, solid hitter for us at the plate, and we're going to use that, and has really good speed when she gets on the bases. And so I'm excited about getting to use her in many different ways.
I think I set my priorities first. So I know that grades come first, and I know that when softball practice comes, then it's time to focus on softball, and then I just do my homework and go to sleep.
The Lady Warhawks will surely miss the bright star on their roster. After graduation this year, she plans to stay in-state and further her education.
I plan to go to Auburn and majoring in nursing, so I hope I get to go there, but I love Auburn and I'm ready to go. War Eagle.
Our next bright athlete is across the state line in the Peach State. Payne Murphy puts the capital P in perseverance. Listen to how he excelled at something he had never done before. The number one student in Early County's graduating class of 2023 is Payne Murphy, and that's for more reasons than one. Payne is sporting a 4.89 GPA while also being a dual enrollment student at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. There, his GPA is a 4.0. While keeping his academics first, Payne is also killing things on the tennis court, on the cross-country track, and did we mention he serves as a softball manager? Here's his secret.
Definitely a lot of time management. You have to be prepared, stay on track. I try to knock out all of my college courses as soon as the course material opens, so I don't have to stress at the last minute if I'm at tennis practice and I have something due that night. So I'm not rushing to get through with everything, so I go ahead and try to maintain all my work and then keep a regular practice schedule.
Sounds pretty easy for the number one singles tennis player, but it's certainly not. Payne serves as FFA and Beta Club president. He's already made the decision to become a Bulldog at Georgia by the fall. Payne says he would not be able to do any of it if he didn't put his grades first.
Anything with your future, you gotta have good grades, especially if you want to go to a good college or even if you want to go to trade school, anything like that, you need to be able to maintain your grades, and that proves to potential employers and other colleges that you know what you're supposed to do and you're capable of doing anything they ask you to do.
Don't be fooled by his extremely knowledgeable answer. According to his tennis coach, Angela Bell, even if the cameras were off, Payne will still have that positive attitude.
He is a model student in the classroom, a phenomenal athlete, but most importantly, he tries to do things right all the time, even if no one's looking.
Fun fact about Payne, as a freshman, he played football, soccer, and ran cross country. When the school no longer offered soccer,
I said, hey, let's play tennis. So he embraced tennis and had to put in a lot of hours outside of practice to hone his tennis skills, even during the summer, that no one noticed or no one saw him doing it, but he was willing to do it to improve himself and for the betterment of the team.
It's recipe for a bright athlete. When it comes to Payne's bright future, however,
UGA was a no-brainer for me. I will be double majoring in avian biology and biological sciences on a pre-med track. I'll also be participating in the Double Dogs program, and so with all of my college credits that I already have, I'll still stay a full 4 years, but I'll earn a master's degree instead of just a bachelor's degree before applying to med school.
Payne says his goal is to be a plastic surgeon, but he really just wants a happy and healthy lifestyle.
I feel like his goal setting and his willingness to follow his dreams and his commitment to follow it even when difficulties arise will make him successful after high school and college.
Well, high school athletes spend hours each day perfecting their craft. From practice fields to the weight room, they are committed to being the best they can be.
Dothan High's Ella Wood is not only doing great things on the volleyball court, she's also excelling in the classroom and in our community.
When she's not setting a volleyball or working on homework, Ella Wood focuses on giving back.
I try and help our younger girls because I think it's important for them to be the next generation of women leaders.
Church and youth group are a huge part of this student athlete's life.
I work in our kids ministry in our nursery, and I take care of the babies and the toddlers.
Volleyball practice 5 days a week and being on Dothan High's bowling team keeps Ella busy. Staying on top of it all is a team effort.
My parents help me a lot with that, so we'll kind of work out a schedule and kind of see what I need to do for this day for school, what I need to do for this day for volleyball, and then my teachers are super supportive.
She believes a healthy balance between sports and school is the key to success.
If you notice you start to slip in one, talk to your coach or your teacher about it and see how you can make it up or have that extra credit to help get your grades up.
It's Ella's 6th year on the court, and she cherishes the bond she's made with her teammates.
Some of these girls I've been friends with for a long time. Since 9th grade we've been together. So it's exciting to get to be with them, and they're like my friends outside of volleyball. So volleyball has honestly given me a bunch of friendships that I never thought I'd have before.
Ella says her church family and her mom, Misty, inspire her to be a good student athlete and, most importantly, a good person. She credits her love of math and science to her teachers at Dothan High and plans to hang up her jersey after graduation and head to college for engineering.
The goal would be to go to Auburn because they do have a great engineering school, but just keeping my options open for whatever, God has for me and whatever plans that He needs me to fulfill.
Well, you've met Haley, Payne, and Ella, but there are still quite a few athletes from the Wiregrass who are shining bright. Stay with us. News 4's Bright Athlete Special is back in a few minutes.
From your hometown news leader, this is News 4's Bright Athlete Special.
Well, hey, welcome back in, folks. If you've been to any Geneva County High School girls basketball game, Nick, you can attest to this one. There is no way you don't know who Jordan Austin is.
Well, strong, athletic, and determined, Jordan is a force to be reckoned with any sport she competes in. You may know how dominant she is as an elite athlete, but do you know Jordan as an elite student?
There's a lot for the Geneva County girls basketball team to be proud of this year, especially senior Jordan Austin.
I've been playing basketball since rec league here at Geneva County, and the girls I play with now, we've been playing with each other ever since then.
Jordan is a multi-sport player throughout high school while maintaining a top grade point average. She is a state championship runner with the Bulldogs track team, helped the Lady Bulldogs make it to the Final Four in Birmingham, and she cheers for the football team on the sidelines. While balancing that busy schedule, Jordan is doing everything with a smile.
The best advice I've gotten is just keep up with my grades and stuff, even though I'm good at sports, but keeping up with my grades and making sure I stay in my books and stuff. And even though, basketball, I could go far in basketball, make sure I have my education.
Good at basketball is an understatement. Jordan has helped her team come back from 20-point deficits like she did against Cottonwood just a few months ago. Even GCHS principal Ashley Sanders is aware of how valuable she is to the school.
When we talk about Jordan, she epitomizes the worst student athlete. I mean, I can tell you, we have an emphasis on that here at Geneva County High School because obviously you're a student first, you're an athlete second, and her character, her work ethic, they're above. Nobody can beat her on that. It's just been a joy having her here the last 4 years and just seeing her grow and develop. And like I said, not only is she just a good athlete, but she's a great young lady too. And we're just really proud of her.
Principal Sanders hopes her time as a Bulldog can be echoed by other students wanting to follow in Jordan's footsteps.
Well, if you look at in basketball and track, how she excels in those, and on top of that, she takes dual enrollment classes and maintains good grades in those dual enrollment classes, and never misses school. We never have to chase her down for anything. It's just a joy having her. So she, like I said, I feel like whatever she does beyond this, she'll be fine. If she wants to play basketball or if she just wants to be a student or both, I think she'll be just fine.
Jordan has already made a decision about her post-high school career. It includes staying in her home state.
I want to go to Tuskegee University and major in animal and veterinary science.
She also left a message for the Hartford community and her teammates who look up to her.
I would thank them for everything they've done for me and the opportunities they've given me. Yeah, just keep putting in the work and get along with the teammates and go to practice and just do the best they can do.
While Jordan is not sure if she'll play a sport as a Golden Tiger, the Hartford community knows it will be bright.
Moving forward, you've got to make sure that you take your academics seriously because it's your future as you move forward, and also realizing that you're accountable for that the responsibility lies on you and that you have to put in the work and the time.
Well, you got to be pretty cool to carry the last name Money. In fact, if you're Savannah, your whole family is cool, and the diamond runs deep in your blood. Meet our April Bright athlete from Ashford High School.
My dad actually played in high school. He played baseball here. He went on to play at Wallace. He got drafted to play with the Red Sox. My mom played.
Ever since the age of 3, Savannah Money has loved to play ball. In just a few months, Savannah will leave a mark on Ashford High School, just like her parents did years ago. Ranked 3rd in her senior class, Savannah is known for her leadership and being a role model in her community. She's even teaching her teammates how to tie school lessons in with their passion on the softball field.
I have always kind of enjoyed school, just learning and, being able to learn new things and especially applying softball to things like science. I am a big science person. I think that's just kind of the drive that I have out here also applies in there.
Savannah's hard work has earned her a scholarship to the one and only Troy University. We learned the pregame ritual for the D1 athlete.
I used to, when I was younger, I would eat like a granola bar, and then I went to Rice Krispie Treats, and now it's Chick-fil-A. So I eat Chick-fil-A just about before every game.
And when it comes to her recipe for success?
Believe in yourself, just have a lot of confidence, and to be, just be myself, to know that I have the capability to do it, and to just bring it out here with me every day.
Savannah will have a piece of Ashford with her up in Troy or wherever she goes. She says she couldn't have made it this far without support. Here's her message.
I would just say thank you. They've all been great. Our fans are great. Our parents are great. Just thank you for all the support.
A 4-sport athlete, Geneva's Madison Johnson excels in everything she does.
Well, from the classroom to the sideline to the court to the diamond, Madison is more than qualified to be a bright athlete.
She's a competitor and she's a winner.
But despite her work in athletics, her work in the classroom comes first, ranking 6th in her class.
Without academics, there is no sports. And I just think that my academics are what comes first. That's what my parents have always taught me, because they're going to take me further than what sports will.
Making her every coach's dream.
You don't have to worry about them off the field, that she's a true student athlete and she's a role model to so many young kids in this community.
One that cheers, plays volleyball, basketball, and softball.
True competitor. I love how she plays every single sport that she plays, how she just gets in there and competes. She is successful in everything she does, and everybody around here knows how much and how successful and how hard she's worked since she's been a young kid.
But that competitive drive isn't the only quality Madison possesses.
I also enjoy being able to help others feel like they're a part of something, and I like to feel like I'm a part of something too. I like to help others feel good about themselves. In basketball, I'm a point guard. I like to give people assists, and in volleyball as a setter, I just enjoy being able to lead people and make them feel good about themselves.
But her senior year, perhaps her most challenging yet, tearing her ACL at the beginning of the volleyball season.
It's definitely difficult having to sit on the sidelines and try to be a leader and still be involved, just because it is my senior year. I kind of checked out for a little while.
Madison's athletic career hasn't come to a close yet. She is signed to play volleyball at Pensacola State Community College, continuing to rehab to be ready for the season.
My physical therapist at Encore in Geneva have probably been the best things that ever happened to me. They have been so good at working with me to get back to where I need to be, and even better than what I was before I ever got hurt.
The Beauty and the Beast has a nice ring to it, but when you're living in both of those names, you can walk around with a bit more swag than most. Coming up, we head to Elba High School to show you who's small in stature, but a force to be reckoned with.
Well, nicknamed Beauty and the Beast, Elba High School senior Amy Sin is elegant yet explosive, whether it's on the diamond or in the classroom. Amy's peers can tell you just how big of an impact she's making to help change the world.
There are many students that walk into classroom HS7 at Elba High School each day, but there aren't many like Amy Sin.
Amy's one of the most outstanding young women, and I say that term correctly, young women that I've ever come across in my 15 years doing this. She is quite simply the definition of dignity and grace.
Amy doesn't have to say much for people to gravitate toward her unique personality.
She is so driven and so determined to be the best version of her that she can be.
You may have seen her on the softball diamond, possibly with her pom-poms as a cheerleader. Either way, a student with this much poise is hard to miss. That's because of the message she often passes along.
Be you and don't let anybody else decide who you are, and do your best at anything that you can do, your best, not anybody else's best. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. For me as a person, God is my number one, and He helps me. He shines His light through me every day, and I use Him as my guide. And He is just one of the biggest parts of my life that make me who I am.
Amy won't stop on Tiger Drive spreading her positivity. She plans to take it all the way to Livingston, just near the Mississippi line.
I plan to do physical therapy, but I want to attend the College of West Alabama. They have an athletic training program that I have toured, and it has really spoke a lot to me, and I feel that's where God is leading me.
We live in a very precarious time in society now, and the word role model has taken a step back in my position. And I'm going to be honest with you, Amy's the kind of young lady that makes me proud, because I know for a fact there are young women in this school, and there are young women in that elementary school that follow her.
In Elba, Brianna Jones, your hometown news leader.
Providence Christian's Ellie Salter is making strides, and we're not talking about just on the cross-country team. Literally, in life, her race never stops.
Running several miles 5 to 6 days a week doesn't stop Ellie Salter from maintaining a 4.58 GPA and actively volunteering at her church.
I love volunteering with VBS during the summer. That's really fun for me. I help with the flower decorating sometimes in the sanctuary. I also am involved with the Special Connections ministry at our church, which is helping the special needs kids there.
Giving back to her community has never been a question.
I think that the Lord has just really given me a heart for serving, and also just seeing how others have poured into me and served me in ways, and it just makes me want to give back.
Ellie's passion for cross country began in the 7th grade. The bonds she's made along the way make the sore muscles worth it.
I think that's a big part of it for me. I mean, if I had to run by myself every day, I would not enjoy it. So just really, it brings you together as a team, and the relationships you form are just really incredible.
The third fastest senior in Providence Christian School history says the key to balancing everything is consistency.
Making sure you're focused on what's at hand, you know, like if I'm at practice, I'm focusing on cross country, and then when I'm at school, I'm focusing on doing my homework diligently and, you know, paying attention in class.
Many inspire Ellie to be her best self in whatever she takes on.
Older girls or older women who just really live a Christ-like life. That's really what I look up to and what I strive to be.
Ellie is considering Auburn University as an architect major after graduating in May.
An Enterprise High School senior is paving the way to her future. Selma Aragi prides herself on keeping her grades up, doing what she loves, but having fun in the midst of it all.
The roaring sound of the Big Blue Band echoes through Wildcat Stadium. Salma Aragi is leading the pack as section leader for the saxophones. She also has a 4.2 GPA, not to mention her leadership roles in student government and other clubs and honor societies.
I always look at my future and think about my goals and that I need to get good grades to achieve them, so you gotta do it.
Easier said than done for most, but Aragi makes juggling her busy schedule look easy.
I think that's why Salma is so successful, is because she understands how to use her time wisely and manage her commitments, and she's just got a good system in place for her to be successful.
She has been playing saxophone since junior high, but her love of another sport led her to pursue marching band.
Martial arts taught me a lot about just discipline and being able to push through things and having the confidence to do that. So that always, that transfers in everything, especially marching band, with being able to have the notes and the music playing in your head while your feet are in step.
Marching band is an athletic activity for musicians.
They're constantly moving, they're having to control their breathing to create a good sound on their instrument. They're having to contort their bodies in weird ways to make sure that the sound of their instrument is going forward.
I asked her how she manages the stress of marching band on top of her other responsibilities. Her answer, faith.
I really believe that that's just on top of everything, that's what'll get you through the day, saying little prayers.
But when things really get tough,
I punch a punching bag.
Okay, Nick, I gotta ask, do you think if we could travel back in time to go to high school, you would be a bright athlete?
Bright, yes. Athlete, not so much. I played sports, but wasn't the most athletic on the field, that's for sure.
I think I would have been fine, okay? Just in case you guys did not know, I was a basketball player, probably amazing. Everyone may not say I was amazing, but in my mind, I was amazing. And I think if I lived down here, you guys would have wanted me on your TV screen a little bit earlier. I think so.
I'm sure most people would agree, seeing you in your playing days.
That's right, that's right. So, well guys, that wraps up really our Bright Athlete special, but we still have some other stuff going on. High school baseball playoffs is going on. Nick is locked and loaded and he's ready to travel to Oxford to give you guys all the coverage that you may miss if you don't get the chance to go.
Favorite time of the year, some bright athletes on the field. Some softball players might have some chances up in Oxford that were in these packages, so certainly some exciting times for these players as they try to win a state championship for their team up in Oxford later next week.
Absolutely, that's all the time for our Bright Athlete special. If you missed any of your favorite students,
you can head over to the website, WTVY.com, and of course the free News4 app. For Brianna Jones, I'm Nick Brooks. Thank you for watching.